What's up, guys? I just woke up from bed. That's why I look like trash, but it's alright. I want to talk about my biggest failure, my greatest failure that still stings now that I think about it. Yeah, it still sucks. But that's life, and I'm ready to talk about it. Ready to talk about my biggest failure. So, right off the bat, um, I went to a high school where you could become uh, an aircraft maintenance technician, and yeah, I failed at that. I just didn't do it. Yeah, if you got good grades in your 4 years and you did well in the shop classes, then you would take a test at the end of your senior year for one of the licenses, and then uh, you'd have to stay another year, do a 5th year program at the high school so you could finish the remaining uh, A&P courses. Yeah, it was really tough shit. It felt like a 9 to 5 with overtime sometimes. And yeah, that was the high school of my choice. That's what I really wanted to do, or so I thought, because you think you can do something at a young age, and then life hits you hard. But there are some kids that actually did do it, were successful at it, and graduated on time, and came out right off the bat with an opportunity to um, fix airplanes and all that stuff. Commercial airplanes, they could do whatever. They could, like, with those licenses, you could even start your own business or whatever. But unfortunately, I failed at that. Shit, shit sucks now. Looking back at it, shit sucks. But things happen for a reason. I think that's the case with me. In some like alternate reality or future, I'd be working right now as an aircraft mechanic, and I wouldn't even be thinking about doing a YouTube channel. I'd be set. I'd be all right. Those people get like flight benefits, so they could fly around for free. They could take themselves and their families and fly around for free. And I'm just thinking about how that would have made a huge difference in my life and my parents' life. Right now, my grandma is sick and she's in another country, and so had I taken that opportunity, um, there'd be less of a struggle. We would be there constantly watching over her, and also have what we need to financially support her and my family that's overseas. But you know that unfortunately isn't the case now. But I'm dead set that it will be at some point, that I'll be able to financially take care of my family and all that stuff. Yeah, I feel weird about sharing this. I may have second thoughts about uploading this video, but because I don't really like talking about my family, I don't really like talking about my past failures. But um, I think whoever watches this video is gonna learn something. As I said in the previous video, no matter what happens, don't give up. I'm working an office job right now, which I'm not in the coolest situation right now. I'm working an office job. Uh, um, I'm working on myself a lot. I'm improving every single day. But that job is just, it's like holding me back. I feel like in a way I outgrew it. All you're doing is answering phone calls and everything. You're getting paid $20 an hour. As an aircraft mechanic, you can make anywhere from like 40 to 60 within your first year, and then by 5 to 6 years, you're already making like 80,000 to six figures and all that stuff. That's sort of the boat that I missed out on. But if I really wanted to, I can do that stuff over again and actually accomplish it either by joining the military or um, taking out $50 worth of student loans to pursue that career. And if I do that, I think it's gonna pay off. But um, I'd rather get into another trade. Eventually, I'm gonna get into the trades again. Like I said, you don't give up just because you face defeat, even even if you were defeated greatly. I'm thinking about becoming either a carpenter, a plumber, or a welder, or I could do all three. Like I don't want to become a master at just one thing. I want to learn um, various trades. Otherwise, I'm going to get bored with just learning one. Some say just pick one and master that, but I mean, I'm not really in it for the money. I kind of just want to dabble in stuff, and yeah, that's why I'd rather learn all three than just stick to one. I also think later on in the line of becoming joining EMS, becoming an EMT, learning how to save lives and all that shit, uh, learning how to use a tourniquet, do CPR, basic first aid shit. You never know if you're gonna get hurt, if you're gonna get like a big boo boo or a big cut. It's awesome if you know how to treat yourself and heal yourself until you can go to a hospital or whatever. I can make another topic on a video called, and I plan on calling it "The First Responder Is You," and I think that's true. Why wait till the quote unquote professionals get there? Um, if you learn how to protect yourself and handle yourself and protect your family, you can be the first responder. But that's a whole set of life skills that you got to learn on your own. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I say that my life would be 100% better had I graduated high school and become an aircraft maintenance. Well, I did graduate high school. I just didn't become an aircraft mechanic. Um, I went to a community college instead. Did this 2 years, and then COVID happened, which sucks. Suck balls. That's why I didn't finish. I only got an associate's. Maybe I'll do a 4 year degree, but with AI happening and all those jobs being taken away, yeah, I'm definitely joining the trades. I just wanna work this job that I have for like another 1 to 2 years, and then save up as much money so that I can finally um, go on an apprenticeship or go to a trade school and be able to afford it. You know, take pride in that I paid for it for myself and didn't ask the government to help me and all that stuff. But uh, yeah, if you work for something of your own volition, you learn to appreciate it more and you just don't want to throw it away. Yeah, that was a huge opportunity of a lifetime, and I just kind of threw it away. In high school, I got depressed. I was going through things in my personal life and things at school. It was just too hard to keep up with the work. Others did it just fine, but I was depressed. I was shy. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know how to ask for help. Um, at least I learned how to do those things now as an adult, as um, a 25-year-old. You know, 25. You're still young. You're still young. There's some dudes that think that you're old, and it depends on how you see it yourself. I would say that I'm too old to do certain things, but also young enough to do a lot of things. Like I could still join the trades. Um, I remember one of the shop classes I took in high school where I was doing welding. And yeah, I loved welding a lot. But the problem is, in order to find a job, you have to be really, really, really good. Apprenticeships are rare and very, very competitive. Like everyone wants to do that. Everyone wants to become an iron worker. Um, the other trades are easier to get into. They'll take anyone that wants to learn, like plumbing, carpentry. Um, I may have to start with that before switching on to welding, which is what I really want to do. Yeah, I remember it was awesome. Like I did what's called an edge weld, which is very basic crap, where you cut two pieces of metal and you hold them together steady with like the vice grip, and then you take, I forgot what it was called, but it was an old fashioned weld, like very old fashioned. People do arc welding nowadays with like the electric machine and the rods and all that stuff. I did it with the old way with the hose and the nozzle machine, where uh, you have to mix the oxygen and the acetylene together using the little knobs, the dials, and then you have to create a spark with like I forgot what it's called, but you create a spark with like this little tool, and then you get fire. You get fire, and then you control the fire. You mix the oxygen levels and the acetylene levels, and then I did it, and I did it smoothly. I did a nice edge weld, um, and the rest I sucked at. I sucked at. I didn't know how to do a bead weld, where you take uh, like a material, you take like a stick, and you have to weld it with something. I don't know. The point is that I didn't do so good at that, but I feel like I can learn. I'm ready to learn all that stuff over again. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter if someone says, "Oh, you don't look cut out for the trades. Oh, you look weak," or whatever the hell. If you want to do it, then do it. Just try it. Just try it. See if it works out for you. If not, then it doesn't work out and move on to something else. But I'm willing to try this and to fail over and over again until I get it right, and I will get it right eventually, no matter how long that takes. I feel like I have a mission now, that I have a purpose. It says every man has a mission or a purpose until they get married or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, my high school was quite a trip. It was like so masculine and machismo. I could talk about that in another video. Just to give you the TLDR, even the girls were questionable. Like, I want to make a fucked up joke, but I don't think YouTube will allow that out. I'll save the joke for another time. Yeah, I'll save the joke for another time. Yeah, that's as far as I remember. I remember I did very well in my first 2 years, and then the third year and the fourth year got so hectic that uh, yeah, I kind of just wanted to call it quits. You had to study every single day, uh, memorize all the hydraulic fluids that were used in an aircraft. Um, know every single part of the turbine, what they do. Um, know what a carburetor does, and all that stuff. It was crazy. Yeah, crazy, crazy stuff. If I had to live my life again, um, I would still go to the same high school, even though I was depressed, even though everyone was kind of a dick. it gives you character. Those types of things gives you character, and I probably wouldn't be where I am without it. Like, I still have a lot to be thankful for. I still have a good family. Thank God no one is an alcoholic. No one does cocaine or any drugs. No one is selling themselves on the streets. I have a decent, loving family, and I wish I could do more for them and provide for them more. But I'm doing what I can right now. The situation that I'm in right now, I do what I can, and everyone should do what they can too. Yeah, life is not all ups and downs. There's moments where nothing happens. Um, and like I said, it sucks talking about your failures, but now I'm in a position where I feel more comfortable about doing that, and I want to be more open. Yeah, more open. Being vulnerable is gay. I don't want to be vulnerable, but I want to talk openly about certain things. All right, that's the end of the video. If you made it all the way through, you're a hero, bro. You're a hero. You're a guardian. I don't know what the hell to call you, but you're a trooper. You made it through the end of this boring ass video. Maybe you learned something from it. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you like me. Maybe you don't. But it's all good. All right. Peace out, guys.